Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of Hoppets. Today, checking out some more Trek Gold Top Series IPA. The first beer in this series was amazing. That was on par with like Monkish, which is my favorite producer of hazy beers. I was really blown away. I thought this was like some of the best in Europe. And Trek has made this into a series and they came out with a couple new releases. They were sold out really quickly in the UK, and since I'm based in Europe and because of Brexit, I couldn't just buy it off of UK web shops. And I even had a subscriber offer to ship one over, but because of this whole Brexit thing, I've heard like so many things, like horror stories with beer being stuck in customs. I mean, it even took around 4.5 weeks for this to arrive in Denmark. Because they arrived in Denmark, I kind of knew it would happen because Akan, I believe, it's the distribution company that has the rights to this brewery. They've gotten pretty much every single Trek release over here. So, I got it, and they're about around the 4-week mark. So they should be peaking right now. I'm really stoked. So we're checking out these two bad boys. And the only place in Denmark that I've seen that got both of these was Dinøl. So I bought both on Dinøl. Otherwise, it was like one per store, I think. But we got there that Syncopated Beat, a Gold Top double IPA with Citra, Strata, and Racal on 8.5%. And we got Circadian Rhythm, Gold Top triple IPA on 10.5% hop with Citra, Strata, Motueka, and Sabro. Awesome combination of hops on both of these. Technically you should classify them, I guess, as Milkshake IPA because it contains lactose, as it says on the back, barley, oats, wheat, and lactose. But I'm not sure if that's put on there just as a safety precaution because they already make beer with lactose, cross-contamination, whatever. I'm not entirely sure. I think Brett said the first one was made with lactose. But if that's the case, it's the best lactose IPAs I've ever had. But I know, and I've heard rumors that some of the brewers in the States do it. They add a little bit of lactose for a little bit of sweetness to balance out the hoppiness, and especially when they go overboard with hops, as in these. And then it also helps boost the mouthfeel. But you have to be really careful so you don't make a milkshake IPA. But of course, we're going to start off with a double IPA. That Syncopated Beat, Citra, Strata, Racal. What a great combination of hops. So pours exactly the color I want in a New England IPA, or Hazy IPA. That pin bright golden yellow. I mean, this looks like a Monkish beer. I've been through so many Monkish releases as of late, and you guys are probably sick of hearing it, but don't worry, we'll take a break from that for a while. But it just looks like one of their beers. It's so pin bright, and it's just burst. Like the room right now smells amazing. Yeah, looks great. White head. Let's check out the aroma. Oh man, compared to what I just had from Equilibrium, this is so much better. Like it's so much more expressive and intense. Equilibrium was a bit older, but it smells really good. It's super bright, but also really sweet and overripe. It's a combo of both. I'm getting like loads of sweet orange tangerine with also huge plops of overripe, but also tart passion fruit and pineapple. Like really, really bright. Yeah, and Racal is interesting. So that's Southern Hemisphere. Strata is one of a lot of brewers' new favorites in the States, I know, because they say it's crazy passion fruity and tropical. It's not all citrus. It's supercharged citra. But Racal is kind of offering a cool, bright, there's definitely kiwi or kind of maybe dragon fruit or something, these light, bright, singy characters. Even maybe a lemon lime vibe. This totally smells like what Monkish does. I'm really impressed from the aroma alone. And I think I'm drinking these fresher than the first Gold Top. Man, it smells good. So bright and singy. A little bit dank too. Not crazy. It's more tropical, but it smells really good. Let's give it a taste, guys. Cheers. Man, that's good. That's how I want my New England IPA. That is totally like Monkish. Totally on par with Monkish. If you don't want to go through the hassle of trading for Monkish to get it and whatever, get some Trek. Get some, that syncopated beat. Because this is so similar to the Monkish double IPAs. Super pin bright. And it has like earthy, slightly resiny, like old school, like kind of West Coast vibes, even a bit of pine. Huge, candy, oniony dankness. And then just loads of tropical fruit as well. Like, I love that because it balances out all that sweetness. Like, there's a lot of that sweet, overripe, gushing fruit that's also there. And I think the yeast character on this mostly is like overripe fruitiness. And it has that, like, a little bit of stone fruit and then different, like, overripe. I think it's overripe passion fruit and pineapple in this. And, things like this depends on what hops you use. But, man, that's good. Really drinks like a monkish beer. I love it. It has like it cuts, as Brett and I sometimes talk about, right where it has to. Like, then the sweetness comes up and there's and then just dryness and bitterness to cut it, which is really nice. It's like not overly sweet in any way, shape, or form. Man, Trek is slaying the double IPA and Hazy IPA game at the moment. This is exactly how I want these beers. Not all gushing juice, singy brightness and dankness. It has a bit of that kiwi vibe as well, like that bright, like kiwi kind of flavor. Maybe not so much dragon fruit. Well, kind of. Dragon fruit and kiwis to me taste kind of similar. Maybe even lychee. It's super bright, but also a little bit overripe. It's a great combo. Wow. Fantastico. And it almost has a little bit of that almost gasoline-y hop flavor. And I get that in monkish too. And I think it's just because it's supercharged on hops. And I have all those beers, fresh in my mind, so it's really fun to compare. I should have battled this with like monkish beer. The problem was I didn't have any left, but this would have been fun for like a blind battle type thing. But we'll try and do one in the future because you guys said hype versus no hype with Hazy IPA from Europe, or just not as hype breweries versus the crazy hype would be fun. But I think these are getting a little bit of hype already. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. So Circadian Rhythm. This sounds even more up my alley. Citra Strata, like the other one, but also Motueka and Sabro. Sabro is such a cool hop. It's slightly coconutty. It's got similar vibes to something like old school Sorachi Ace from Japan, like that dill and lemongrass vibe. So unique. And it's awesome in IPAs. All the Sabro beers I've had, I've really enjoyed. It's one of those up-and-coming hops that everyone wants to brew with. But also Talus was really interesting. It's a sister hop to Sabro, I think. 10.5%, same deal, with the lactose and everything. And this was 8.5. It was just Strata and Rakau. Oh yeah, Rakau was the... So I love how they use, Southern Hemisphere hops in these too, which is awesome. It's not just American ones, because the Southern Hemisphere hops can be, awesome in IPAs. I really love when you add some of those. But this one pours a very similar color. It's maybe a little bit darker, but makes sense. It's got more malt, but otherwise it's also a pin bright beer. It's like golden orange again, like super bright. Similar actually to the Equilibrium beers I just had. Maybe just a little bit thicker looking, to be honest, but it looks beautiful in the glass. It's that like pin bright haze and then a white head. Let's check out the aroma on the triple IPA here. Oh yeah, that smells really good. Let's just get these out. There's a bit. Give myself some room to swirl this bad boy. Oh man, yeah, totally. I think it's much more herbal too. It has a little bit of alcohol. That's the only, and it's only thing. And it has a bit more of that kind of gasoline-y thing. But man, like it's so herbaceous, like totally like minty or Thai basil. It's so much like monkish. This is nuts. These guys are doing well. I'm not getting so much of the crazy like coconut vibe from Sabro. And it's more like, again, it's like pin bright tropical fruit. But it just has more of an herbal, singy kind of bright touch compared to this one. Otherwise, they're quite similar. And it does have some maybe underlying sweet mango. But as far as I remember, Motueka is also quite mango-like. But man, it's bright. It's super pin bright. Slightly dank. Maybe less dank, actually, than the other one. But it smells really nice. Man, let's try it, guys. Cheers. Whew! That's a huge beer. I actually thought I'd prefer this, but I don't. Mainly because it's like a little bit boozy. I usually never preferred triple IPAs over doubles. There's just been instances with some breweries where I think they've been better, specifically Monkish. Oh man, I'm such a Monkish fanboy. I've been to the brewery, I have a shirt, and I've been ripping their beers now for a while, this like past month. I'm sorry if it gets too much, but I just love what they do with Hazy IPA. This is definitely not mine, but it's just a bit more boozy and has a bit more of that gasoline-y like hop flavor. Very herbaceous. Like it's got loads of that like Thai basil and minty flavor. And then like super bright, dry, like a big dankness to it as well. But it has like super bright, just like herby flavors. Like it's not like as dank as maybe some of the Monkish beers I've had, but it's definitely got some to it, like some nice dankness. We have very bright, very singy, like yuzu or something, pepper too. The only thing is like it's gasoline-y. It's quite gasoline-y, and there's definitely some alcohol to it. Just, there is some warmth. That's usually, why I don't enjoy the triple IPAs as much as doubles. And in this one, it's not hidden as well as I've had in others. It's still really good. I still say like this is a world-class triple IPA. It's just like it could be without like the intensity of like gasoline-y and like alcoholic flavor. Or slightly boozy. It's not like crazy, but it's just a little bit. And interestingly enough, I feel like the flavors aren't as defined as in the double, even though I thought I'd love this the most. It also doesn't have too much of that coconutty thing from Sabro, interestingly. It's just like loads of bright herbs. But that's the fun thing. That's also one of the ways that Sabro can go. It goes into this like Thai basil, lemongrassy, really bright herbal thing too. That might be where that's coming from. I love that flavor though. I think that's awesome to disrupt some of the juice. And that's, it's also a way to bring in a breath of fresh air with all the hazy stuff. Then it's like pinbright passion fruit and pineapple, just like the other one. And it's even brighter than this. It's like much more bright. And it's a little bit of sweet mango, but it's like even more to that kind of bright, intense side. A little bit of dankness to it as well, but I don't think it's like crazy. Oh, it's fairly dank. A bit like weed, but yeah, also a little bit of that, like, yeah, I love that kind of yuzu vibe. It's totally the flavors I love. If this was a double IPA, I would like it more. That's my only thing with it, just a little bit lower ABV. Same flavors, that would be awesome, because that like really sharp kind of slightly boozy thing, it's not too much for me, but that's how it is. I've never really preferred triple IPAs. I know a lot of people just love them because they're so big and bold, and I understand why, but I just prefer notches down. Let's try and do a little bit of a cuvee here. That mellows out the triple IPA a bit. Brings it. Oh, wow. Man. That's how you do it. That Syncopated Circadian beat. Wow, that is dope cuvee. It smells so much better. And it's, interestingly enough, pouring this in makes Sapro more definable. I'm getting much more of that coconut thing and like the herby stuff. Wow, that is so weird. They're much better together. Yeah, that totally mellows out the booze. It brings in a little bit of sweet, kind of overripe, juicy, mango-y kind of flavors. Like it boosts that a bit more. And then like totally makes Sabro shine. Okay, blend is pretty fucking dope. This almost tastes towards, or it does, it tastes similar to just a supercharged, like double dry hop Monkish IPAs, whatever. It's definitely, like the blend is that level. Ratings, this has been a long video, sorry for that guys, but favorite of the two is that Syncopated beat. Together though, I like that blend a bit more. I think it's just because Sabro really stands out in the blend more, and the Sabro is such a cool hop. But ratings, let's go with a 90, yeah, heck, let's give it a 97. This is fucking totally Monkish territory. 4.75 for me on Untitled for the double IPA. But triple, I'd say 95. I think, I enjoyed as much as I enjoyed the first Gold Top. Just, it's really nice. It's just the booze that cuts it for me. It's still world class, a triple IPA. But it's just, it's just the booze. It's just a bit too much. Maybe 96 actually for this one, because I'm going to go 97 for the blend. Because that's totally like drinking some of the hype stuff from the States. And you got it from me, who's been drinking it as of late. So, Trek, possibly the best brewer of hazy beer in my mind, and to my preference in Europe at the moment. Damn good. I'm looking forward to the next beers in this series. So, yeah, if you guys had a chance to try Trek's Circadian Rhythm or that Syncopated Beat, let me know what you thought of them. If you haven't and you have them in your fridge, drink half a can of each and blend the rest. It's an amazing blend. And let me know if you had them, guys, what you thought of them. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers in a delicious cuvee of hazy triple IPA and double IPA. And see you guys in another beer review.